Hey everybody, and welcome to the Daily Scopes for the 2nd of March. So today the moon enters Scorpio. If you want to know more about the moon entering Scorpio, check out the separate playlist. Mercury also makes a semi-sextile to the moon's north node today. So in short, Scorpio energy always gives us emotional sort of intensity. It gives us a chance to start or continue our psychological, emotional, financial. After all, Scorpio lives in the 8th house transformation. So it's a good energy to sort out joint resources, talk about life and death, the deeper things in life, the repressed things that you normally run away from within yourself or sharing it with others. Sometimes this can bring intense arguments or secrets to the surface as well. It can make us possessive and jealous. The best use of this energy is to, self-reflect and do anything that helps you uncover your true emotions and just to deal with the truth and not run away from it, even though it can be scary right now, using it to face our emotional baggage. Mercury semi-sextile to the moon's north nodes allows us to have these deep and meaningful conversations that the moon in Scorpio calls for. It allows us to express ourselves more authentically and share our ideas, opinions and truth with others in a harmonious way. It supports us networking and repairing and building relationships that can contribute to our personal growth. It can be scary. Maybe you have been hurt in the past, but it's a good energy to think about dating again, thinking about what are red flags for you. Sometimes we don't know that we're in a horrible situation until we're in it, so it's good to write a list of what are red flags to you, what are pros and cons of, what are your deal breakers for potential friends and partners, and what qualities you really need from them, what you can give, what you need to give to yourself to attract a balanced relationship into your life. Sometimes we seek these things, but we don't cultivate them within ourselves. We don't develop a harmonious relationship with ourselves. We run from ourselves. We numb ourselves with TV shows or porn or distractions, and none of these things are good or bad. What I'm trying to say is that this energy of Mercury semi-sextile, the moon's north node, wants us to improve communication with ourselves and others. It allows us to be more open-minded, and we can be more open, receptive to different ideas and perspectives from others, so we may be more open to working with others as well, and just be more effective in communication, in sharing our needs, expressing our needs and meeting our own and other people's needs, and just giving ourselves that self-forgiveness and acceptance that we often lack, and if we had, can really help us heal and manage so much things in our life, like our psychological, emotional and spiritual wounds. So ultimately this energy allows us to uncover and align with our higher purpose, heal our inner child, consciously communicate with others and ourselves, and provides us with the energy to practice or can start the practice of listening, active listening, and creating safe spaces to understand ourselves and others, and build and cultivate that all-important empathy for ourselves and others. It reminds us that working with others can bring positive results, and even though we may have been hurt from past relationships, by healing ourselves and opening ourselves up to people who can meet our needs, and the only way we can find out if someone can meet our needs is through communication. So Mercury, although this is a soul energy, encourages us to do this today from the inside out. So content creators can talk about how we can just listen to ourselves more, meet our needs, how we can do the things we fear, how we can overcome self-doubt, how we can do things that we fear even though we do fear them and have that self-doubt, how we can build more self-forgiveness and understanding and acceptance into our life, how we can become more mentally flexible. So this helps us get outside of our comfort zone and open up to new experiences. And even though we've been hurt, and being able to be, open and not want to live in the fantasy, and be able to spot red flags and be able to know what we want and not feel, because sometimes we can be like, oh, we're being too mean to people. And it's not about thinking you're better than anyone else, but it's like if we're making a nice hot meal, and say if we're making cereal, breakfast cereal, and we put gravy as the milk, unless you like that, if you're not used to it like that, you're going to be like, what's this? What's gravy doing on my cereal? It's about finding the right people for where you're at in your life at any given moment. So content creators can give us tips on how we can connect with our tribe, how we can connect all the different personality traits we have within ourselves together, so we can become a whole person and create more meaningful relationships with ourselves and others. So yeah, that's the daily scope for the 2nd of March.